Please welcome one of the awesomest, fantastic fellows, Christian Knight.
Oh. Thank you, an apt description by our Toastmaster. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, nonetheless. Welcome guests and members of the Transportation Improvement Board from the state of Washington. Thank you for allowing us, the City of Kirkland, to present to you our case for nomination for a Complete Streets grant. First of all, for the members who are not part of the Transportation Improvement Board, let me just briefly explain what a complete street is. A complete street is a street that accommodates multiple forms of travel. Okay. Generally, we think of a street as moving cars. Well, a complete street moves people. So a complete street will have sidewalks, of course, on both sides, and it will have bike lanes on both sides. If it's an arterial. An arterial is a much traveled road. If it's a neighborhood road where people feel relatively safe and comfortable sort of moving through it, it will not necessarily have bike lanes, but it will have sidewalks. Okay? That is what a complete street is, and the City of Kirkland has been a model for the complete streets philosophy for more than a decade. And it's been a model because complete streets is part of Kirkland's cultural identity. This is true on two levels, and I'm going to go over both of them right now. The first is on the grassroots level. The grassroots level, meaning the people, the residents. They really want to be able to get to places, to work, to school, to parks, by driving, yes, but also by walking, by riding a bicycle. And we know this from two sources, two primary data sources. Number one is sort of a high-level data source. So over the last 3 years, our planners have been conducting these so-called visioning exercises. Visioning exercises, and during these visioning exercises, they've been asking the people of Kirkland, tell me a word, one word, that would describe for you the ideal for the city you live in 20 years. Now they've asked this question to all kinds of groups, from the youth council to the senior council, neighborhood groups, business groups, and this is what the community created. It's a word. Now the fewer times somebody said the word, the smaller that word is, which is why you can probably barely see, or not even see at all, the word kumbaya, but somebody said it. Smart ass. The bigger the word is, the more times somebody said it, and as you'll see, one of the biggest words on here is
green.
And walkable. Yes, walkable. It came up over and over and over again in these groups. So that's one of the data sources that tells us our residents want a complete street philosophy. The other one is through our suggestive project database. This is on a more granular level, on a more grassroots level, on a more practical level. In this system, our residents have been suggesting projects since May of 2013, capital projects. And two-thirds of their suggestions have something to do with making our streets more walkable, more bikeable, and safer for people, not just cars. Two-thirds. So this philosophy is owned at the grassroots level, but it's also owned at the leadership level. Even before the city adopted the state's first Complete Streets Ordinance. The state's first Complete Streets Ordinance. Our leaders looked ahead and they saw that population growth was coming, it was inevitable, and that to build our way out of it, to create a transportation strategy that would build our way out of this, gridlock would cost $500 million, and it would be a short-term solution. Because the more roads you provide, the more people drive their cars. So the other option that they looked at was to mix the modes. They wanted to mix the modes and give people a choice over how they got around. Walking, cycling, driving. Okay? And this is true not only on the very high level, policy level, is also true on an operational policy level. Just 2 years ago, the city of Kirkland created the Transportation Master Plan, and in that master plan, the city changed the way it measures concurrency. What the heck is concurrency? Well, concurrency is a requirement by the Growth Management Act that says you can't let private development grow at a faster rate than the infrastructure for transportation. The city changed its metric from what's called volume over capacity, measuring the volume of automobiles at intersections, okay, divided by the capacity that intersection is supposed to be able to handle. That was a purely autocentric system. It changed it to a multimodal system that rewards and incentivizes the city to pursue projects that actually allow us to build roads that accommodate walking, cycling, and other forms of transportation. This is why the city of Kirkland has built the cross-turban corridor. It's why it continues to create rapid flashing beacons at crosswalks that will allow people to cross roads more safely. And it's why we devoted immense resources into making our roads move people, not just cars. Okay. However, we do have a long ways to go. We've made a lot of progress. We've been, I would say, the state's most glowing example of complete streets. But we have a long way to go. We have greenways to build. We have rapid flashing beacons to install. And this grant